What's going on, YouTube? You got the old Mongo man already in the garage. We went and picked up Cheryl's car. I'm still in good boots. I haven't put my work boots on yet. So my brother and I, Grape, were talking tonight, and he says that that orbital buffer, a good cut, heavy cut buffing compound, and that heavy pad should be all I need to get this thing looking good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do just that on the opposite side that we haven't touched yet with the sander. So come along. Shouldn't take too long. I'm going to lather it up real good, and we're going to buff it dry. We'll do it a couple times and see how it ends up. So we're going to do a little test and tune tonight. Come along with the Mongo man here in Mongo's garage as we try out the Harbor Freight buffing system. All right, guys. Let's take a good look at the area that we're going to buff and have a conversation about what our expectations are to what we're going to see here. So I'm going to do this little section right here just in front of the four winds, just about everything that you can see in the screen there. We're looking at this area. I'm not going to mess with the decals because they got to come off anyway, and this is why I take them off. You can see they're all peeling, they're all scaly, and even here where they've already come up a little bit, it makes it look ugly. Here you can see where this was rubbed probably up against a dock or something, you know, a dock bumper. So that is what we are going to buff. This is the product we're going to use. This was bought at Harbor Freight. So this is McGuire's, you know, a well-known brand name, professional ultra cut compound, exclusive super micro abrasive technology. Ultra fast cutting removes 1200 grit or finer sanding marks, which that makes sense because, right, we're using 320 over there and it's not taking those out. Let's see. Also great for removing scratches, defects, acid rain, and severe swirls or holograms. So this isn't essentially, so we got here by hand, a DA polisher, rotary, rapid effect removal and minimum swirl. Directions, shake well. Shaking well. Whoa, I'm a little dizzy from that. Always work on a cool, properly cured paint surface. Not paint, gel coat. It is cool in the garage. And it's a 1989, so I'm willing to bet it's cured. Let's go back here. DA application, dual acting. Yep, that's us. Work one section at a time. Directly apply appropriate soft buff 2.0 pad. Set machine to 4 or 5. Apply moderate pressure to initial 2 or 3 passes, followed by a light pressure for the following 2 passes. Wipe off residue immediately after each panel. So, if I'm following the directions correctly, they don't want you to buff it dry. They want you to do about 3 passes of medium pressure and 2 more passes of a lighter pressure. So 5 passes in all, and 3 medium pressure, 2 light pressure, and then wipe it off. And that should be enough. So let's see what it does. Now, I have never been one to follow instructions. I'll be the first to tell you that. I always kind of just dive right in there, if you will, and, you know, figure it out on my own. That camera is straight. There we go. That's more better. Using the pack outs there. So, product, left it back here. Shake it again. Pop. Pad. I'm gonna put this right on the pad, get this pad good and wet. Good and wet. Right. Dab it on here. Let's start with 1 just to get this on here. Okay, pad is still really wet. Directions, I think, said 3 to 4, 4 to 5. So 4 to 5, right in the middle. Let's see what happens. Okay, the pad is still very wet. That was the 3 to 4, I'm sorry, the 3 passes, and I actually did 3 passes light. You can see there's still a lot of material left on the boat. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this off, and let's see what it looks like. It actually is really shiny. I mean, really shiny. Okay, so this is using the product just like the instructions tell us to, and this is the rough cut. This isn't the good cut. So as you can see, it is super shiny. So much so that you can see my reflection in it almost perfectly there. How about that? That's pretty shiny. However, if you're looking at it, this is what I want you to look at right here. See the F, where the F is at under the, so what you're seeing is it's more of a pink than red, but right under the F there, right? You're seeing what that looks like without the oxidation. And that is essentially what I'm after. I want that color. So the only way to get to that color, unfortunately, is to do what we just did with the sanding on the other side. But boy, is that thing shiny. So this is what it looked like. And that's after one buff. Let's do it again, see what happens. So that was one application. KJ's coming up, I hear the tractor coming up the driveway. So like I said, there's still quite a bit of product on here, but I'm gonna put more. Why not? Buffing pad is holding up to it, and that's some serious pressure I'm putting on it. Pushing really, really hard. My hands are kind of feeling it right now. They're pumped. Looking at it from back here, it is definitely super shiny. That's what it was. That's what it is. Now, it is shiny, but if you look at it, look at the F of the 4, right? You can still see it's a darker red. So there's still oxidation there, but it is definitely, you know, with each passing pass, that's twice. I'm gonna get the whatchamacallit here. There's that super expensive 3M eraser wheel. And how this works is you want to brake clean, I'm telling you. All right, so that is a really good representation of the oxidation on the boat. Now, one more time. That's not KJ's truck. That is Brad. That's who that is.
I didn't make any ruts in your yard. Well, it looks good.
I'm trying to decide what to do. Doing a little playing around with some YouTube video here.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, it's listen. I'm all about.
I like it. Oh, it's red. So right off the get-go.
Well, I this side I haven't touched this side sanding at all. I mean it is as shiny as possible, right? You're not gonna get that any shinier.
Oh yeah.
But you can see that where the 4 is at.
Yeah.
I just peeled that 4 off so that you can see the
what it
the
was
difference
like.
between.
Yeah, that's what it was new.
Yeah, so you know everything else is oxidized. Where the 4 was obviously isn't oxidized. But if you go over and look at the other side, it's I mean I got rid of the 4 wings pretty much altogether, but it definitely isn't as shiny as the other side.
No, it's not.
Hey guys, you got the old Mongo man right here with you in Mongo's garage tonight. It is May the 4th, about 9 o'clock now. I've already done this portion of the video. However, my phone wasn't recording, so we're having to do it over again. So we got up inside of the boat tonight. We took the sofa seat out, and when we took the sofa seat out, I wanted to get down in there and get that starter motor out, which you can see is right there. So once we got the starter motor out, the one bad thing is we found, oh yeah, you guessed it, we found some bad floors. Luckily, the way this boat is made, someone has already repaired everything on the center of the boat. Now, I had this out of here earlier, but my seat wasn't turned. But there you got a pretty decent idea of what they did. Put some womanized lumber in there, got it straightened up, all screwed back together. That's actually really solid, and this piece here is only a piece of half-inch plywood, and I can walk on it just readily. And it's good and solid. So once we put the right material back in there, it'll even be better. I probably will be taking, I assume somewhere in here and back, we'll be replacing the wood on both sides. So it's probably going to be at least 2 full sheets of 3/4 inch marine grade plywood. And as we all know, right now in COVID aftermath or whatever you want to call it, that plywood is extremely expensive. Not to mention I'm going to need a sheet for the motor cover as well. I'm going to try and figure out a way to really help support that motor cover up there. You can see they kind of hawed some hinges in it, and then the gas struts, but we'll make it better. We always do. I did take the carpet out of the front. That all looks pretty good up there. Typical cracks and stuff, but nothing that I didn't expect to see. Like I said, the PO, the previous owner, did pull the radio out of it, so you can see there the radio is gone. The gauges are in pretty good condition. The dash plate has some to be desired there, but it is what it is. We got everything covered in a nice layer of dust from sanding. But so yeah, it's kind of disheartening to find, and we were in the boat. I guess that all that bad floor is actually under the seat. You can see where the seat goes across, and that bad flooring was underneath the seat, so we really didn't, we weren't stepping on that area, and nor will we step on that area once we get it back together. But one of my problems, and always has been one of my problems, is the fact that if I see something wrong like this, I got to take care of it no matter what. So I'm gonna do the very best we can, make it right, without spending a whole bunch of money. I mean, these repairs, it's not very, how do I want to put it? It's more labor intensive than it is cost intensive. So, there's going to be supplies and some fiberglass, this, that, and the other. But as far as overall cost, it's not that bad. It's just, it's got to be done. That's all. So I did do a little bit more buffing on the outside. I'm going to hold off on all the buffing at this point until we get this floor taken care of. Both of these captain's chairs will come out of here. And boy, these things are actually, I mean, this is really the first time I've spent any substantial time in it. They're pretty comfortable. Driving position in this boat is, I'm comfy right here with everything that's going on. Forward, reverse. You know, this is just extra. It's hanging on there. I'll take that off of there. We don't need it. But you know, up and down for your trim. You have to pull this up to unlock the throttle for forward, reverse, and then you pull it out just to give you throttle, and you can, you know, there's that much slop, and then that essentially was one good application of throttle. So. As far as all the other controls in here, of course, we've got a speedometer, fuel gauge. That fuel gauge does not work. The volts meter does work. The temp meter, haven't seen it work. Pressure gauge works. The tach that you can see there stuck at 1,000, it actually works. The trim gauge, I do believe worked. It moved whenever we moved the thing. I know the depth meter doesn't work. As far as these other switches down here, the horn, I do know it tries, but the horn doesn't work. Ancillary lights, the bilge, the blower, accessories, AM, FM for the radio, and nav lights. I believe all that stuff works, and I know the key switch works. So, yeah, it's, you know, it's one of those things. It's, you know, we just got to get after it and make it better. And we will. You know we will. It's Mongo's Garage. That's kind of what we do here. So let me get down. I'll show you what we did down in the bottom. So we started off the video here tonight. Obviously, when we got into the garage, we messed around with the other side and made that dull and shine, or dull oxidized gel coat shine like it's nobody's issue. But it's still oxidized, and you can see that in it. So what I did over here, this has been sanded. Everything here has been done with at least 180. Yep, I'm gliding away. You're probably not even watching. So everything up here was done, sanded twice, and then I hit it real quick with some 400 grit that I had, dry, nothing wet. But as you can see, it's pretty shiny. It does still have a bunch of scratches in it, but you can definitely, I don't know if you can make out. Oh yeah, you can see my hand there. So it's just as shiny as the other side. But what I think I'm going to have to do is the process is going to be something along the lines of this. The whole boat is going to have to be sanded with 180, 320, and then wet sanded with probably something in the neighborhood of 1200. Unless I can find a cutting compound that will cut scratches deeper than 1200. If I can, right here it says at 1200 grit or finer sanding marks. If I can find something that will cut better, more than that, then we won't have to go clear to 1200. But I think that 1200 is going to have to be a, what's the word I'm looking for here? A wet sand. So that'll bring that red right back up to where it should be. I don't think we're going to have to get as carried away on the gray, just simply because it's gray, and I know the white won't have to be nearly that carried away, but the red's going to have to be, just simply because of you know what it is. But like I said, it's pretty shiny. Get up here where we can start seeing, you know, the reflection in the side of it there, and it'll come up really nice. But like I said, if the girls want to continue on this while KJ and I terrorize the inside of this thing, I'm going to go ahead and let them. Like I said, we're going to do the floor. I'll get that carpet up. We'll get these seats out tomorrow night. Strip this whole inside out, get it all good and clean. Probably even scrub it down, pressure wash it out, pull it outside to do all that, of course. There's a lot of oil that's been caught up in that bilge. I want to get it out of there, get it good and clean, get the battery out of here. We'll get this back seat off because it needs to be redone. And then just one more time, we'll come over here and let you see what this side looked like just by buffing it. I mean, it's definitely shiny. There is no doubt about that. But what you can see here, what I've done is I did take off a section of that bottom. So you can definitely see the oxidation in the clear coat. I'm sorry, in the gel coat there. It's shiny. There's no doubt about that. That is a really nice product, and it does shine stuff up, but it's just, it still has a lot of oxidation in it. So we've got lots of elbow grease, lots of work to do, and that just simply means lots of content for you guys to watch. Hopefully we can keep it interesting. Hopefully you guys want to keep coming back and watching progress on, still ain't come up with a name for it, but it's working around there. I'll have something soon. All right, guys, that's all from Mongo's Garage tonight. Come back and see what we got going on later. Thanks a lot. Mongo Man is out. Take care, guys.